How you guys doing? This is Captain Spencer Clark with Breaking Bass Guide Service down here at Table Rock Lake. Just want to give you guys a quick fishing report from the past weekend down here in Table Rock. We got a bunch of rain like Friday before we had the weekend down here, and with all the rain we got, I was honestly a little kind of concerned with some of those deep schools of fish that we've been taking people to on these guide trips. I didn't know if they're going to hold up. Um, Sure enough, though, it seemed like actually more fish decided to show up on those deep spots, and we had some really good trips this past weekend. Saturday we caught it was over 20 bass. I know we had 10 keepers and 3 keeper walleye. Really good, 4-hour trip in the morning on Table Rock. And then Sunday we had 9 keepers and we had 1 keeper walleye. We had a real big walleye get off, and we had a couple other walleye that didn't quite make the grade as far as being big enough to keep on that Sunday morning trip. All the fish that we caught this past weekend were on a drop shot still. Didn't even mess with the shallow water bite this weekend. A lot of times when you got a busy holiday weekend, like Labor Day weekend, the sheer amount of boat traffic and just the amount of noise on the lake, a lot of times those fish will actually kind of seek more of the shelter of like the deep water, especially in the dam area where I've been fishing. Most of the fish we caught anywhere from like 30 to 40 foot deep. Still using a drop shot rig. The drop shot rig, it's such an effective way to fish for deep water fish, because it really gets down on those fish like really fast, and it's just a real efficient way to fish, say deeper than 20 foot. Like if you're fishing in that 30 to 40 foot zone, not too many baits are as good at getting down to where those fish are really quick as a drop shot rig. Some of the different baits that you can go out there and use on this drop shot rig and catch some fish on. Been using some of the Berkeley like power bait max scent worms. This is just a hit worm. Black actually has been working pretty good. That's a color that not too many people probably throw or associate with using like when you're on a clear water lake like Table Rock. Caught quite a few fish this past weekend using black. Another color that's working really good is just like a watermelon red. Any of your green pumpkins, your watermelons, they all work pretty good on Table Rock. I always try to find one that's got a little bit of either like red or like purple flake in it. This one's actually got a little bit of purple in it. Works pretty good. But most of those fish are still really deep. Once we start moving a little bit more into fall here, we get some of those cooler nights where you wake up and you decide that you're going to go put a hoodie or a sweater on in order to get out the door. That top water bite's only going to be getting better. A lot of the bait fish that are right now out on the main lake, they're going to start really moving into like the guts of the creeks. That's where I caught a lot of good fish last year, just targeting those main creek arms, like the actual ditches, the creeks out in the middle of them. That's going to be coming here in a couple months. So you sort of think in your head like those fish, what they're going to be doing is they're going to be coming off the main lake. A lot of them are going to be going to those like main lake points. Some of them are going to shallow up on those main lake points, those main lake transitional areas. You're also going to get fish moving into these creeks. You're going to stop on those secondary points, just those deep channel areas where there's timber. A lot of the creeks here on Table Rock Lake got a good amount of timber in them, especially if you get out past like that 25-30 foot zone. You'll see a lot of timber. So in a couple weeks, probably going to start checking some of those areas, but everything I've been catching has been like on the main lake. So this weekend I was kind of worried that a lot of the places I've been fishing, if the boat traffic would just get to the point where it's just so bad that we couldn't even fish it. But luckily we were able to get it done, and we were pretty much off the water by like noon. Caught a lot of good fish, had a really good time. I got out on Lake Taneycomo Sunday, had a quick little 4-hour trip deal that went really well. I can tell you right now, if you're coming down the Table Rock Lake, what I would do is I'd probably fish Table Rock Lake first, get that morning bite out on Table Rock, and I wouldn't be afraid to go catch some trout in the afternoon on Taneycomo if you're trying to get both in the same day. The trout on Tinacomo seem to be biting really good. It doesn't matter if it's like morning or afternoon. They're just really biting. Table Rock's the same way, but the morning, the next couple weeks here, I think you're gonna be able to get some good topwater fish. So that, I wouldn't feel too bad about starting on one in the morning or the afternoon. It really doesn't matter. The fish are biting pretty much all day down here. The bite is really good. It's getting a lot better. The next couple of weeks, we're not going to have as much boat traffic as we've had like the previous 2 weekends. The kids are back in school. I've kind of slowed down as far as like the guiding goes. And I actually got this weekend available. I've got both Saturday and Sunday available. Like, say if somebody wants to come down, you want to get out with me on Table Rock Lake, learn a little bit more about how you can use your electronics to be more efficient and fishing, like a deep clear water lake like Table Rock. I can help you with that, or we can just do like a regular guide trip. Got a lot more availability coming up. The summer was crazy, doing a lot of different trips. My availability was sort of limited. But now as we get into the fall, just going to have a lot more availability. If someone wants to call and book a trip, feel free to give me a shout. My number is just 314-562-3332. Would love to get you out on the water. But yeah, that's just kind of like the general report. I'm going to give you guys a report, try to give you at least one report every week. Just kind of let you know like the different ways that I'm catching fish down here at Table Rock Lake. I'm going to start experimenting a little bit more with the shallow bite myself the next couple of weeks. They've got a tournament series that's starting out of Cape Fear Marina coming up in a couple of weeks. I don't know if I'm going to get to fish it or not. At the heart, like I'm a tournament fisherman. I love fishing tournaments. But I also have really fallen in love with being a guide down here at Table Rock Lake. We made it through my first summer as a guide down here at Table Rock. So I'm really grateful for all the people that came out, fished with me this summer. We got a lot of different guides down here at Table Rock Lake, a lot of guys that been fishing down here a lot longer than me. So just blessed that when people came to Branson to fish Table Rock, they were able to get a hold of me and we were able to hit the water and catch a lot of good fish this summer. Until next time, guys, take it easy and we'll see you on the water.